Good afternoon, traders. It is Wednesday, July 22nd, 2015, and the U.S. stock market is closed. You know, I start this out saying, excuse me, we had another terrible day today, but honestly, I don't feel it was quite as terrible as yesterday, even though we were punished very badly for those 12 positions that we managed to get while the Dow was doing this. I mean, I'm still smarting from that because this was just, there's no reason to be buying things, and yet for some reason we got into a pile of stuff. And predictably, this morning when we're getting out of it, while the Dow was doing this, it just went from horrible to horrible. We ended up closing out negative $19,000 in closed out trades. I mean, we haven't had a day that bad. I can't remember when. So that was horrible. What is not horrible though is the Dow dropped. Actually, officially, it was only down 68 points. It was down quite a bit lower most of the day, and it's definitely come up, broken down through my middle support line here. So technically it could go down to the first support line. That wouldn't surprise me, but now that's down here, we're starting to see some good trades again, and that's the good part. We actually are carrying close to $9,000 in open trade equity going into tomorrow, and we had some really good stuff happen, including an outlier trade. So whenever I see that, I say, okay, you know, we've really had a bad couple days here, but the system is definitely working and things are picking up, and we will make money on the rebound here. I honestly wish it would go a little bit lower before it started the rebound. I don't know if we're going to see buying come in. Well, we saw buying come in today, so the buyers are once again in the marketplace, and we are positioned to make some money. So all in all, I'm not real pessimistic, and I'm not complaining too much. I'll show you some of the trades we had today. I'll show you the worst first, and this is the junk we had from yesterday. This first one is InvenSense, and you know, we buy this thing yesterday almost on the high of the day, and then it has this huge gap down this morning, stopping us out almost on the low of the day. I mean, that's just terrible. That costs us over $3,000 in InvenSense. And then the worst trade of the day was Callon Petroleum, and that was just horrible. Again, yesterday we bought this as soon as we could. I mean, if we'd been buying earlier, we would have gotten it up here. We didn't. We bought it here, but that didn't help us. We had one little bar that went positive, and then it was down the rest of the day. And then again, we get a big gap down this morning, and stopping us out pretty close to the low of the day. That baby cost us $6,000. I mean, you know, $6,000 losses, folks, we cannot sustain. That's just horrible. So add this all up with everything we got out of today from yesterday was a loser. There were no winners. So that was pretty horrible. Okay, now I will show you. There was one winner. It's just we're still in it, and that was a pretty beautiful. Let me show you. I'm going to show you another one first. I'll show you the best, the last. But this was also an extremely good trade. This is a new stock for us. RXDX, that's Ignita. Not sure what Ignita does, but anyway, we got into this today. We bought it here, you know, second hour or so. It kept going. Ignita went up 10% today, and we're holding $3,600 in open trade equity in Ignita. So that's a really good trade. I'll show you. I'm saving the best for last, and that is also a new stock. Haven't had really had a trade in this yet. This is Bozun, I think that's right. It's BZUN, and all the horrible trades we had yesterday, we had this one. Actually, we bought it right at the end of the day. This is like almost on the closing bell. It actually wasn't negative yesterday. It was just zero. We actually bought it exactly where it closed. We're hanging on to this. Everything else is absolutely horrible. And then Bozun does this unbelievable thing this morning. I mean, just look at that spike. And then it basically kind of middled out and leveled off, but it came up again toward the close. So we're almost at the top of this morning spike on the close, and we are holding over $7,000 in Bozun. So this is an outlier trade, and this is just what I love to see, and it's why I'm not getting depressed about everything else that happened today. So looks really good, and I honestly think this miserable couple days we had has pretty much resolved itself. I'm looking forward to better trades tomorrow. So this is Trader Bob signing off. I'll see you tomorrow on Thursday.